you will wish you had never heard, but you won't be able to look away. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment with your thoughts and suggestions. Maybe your story will be the next one I tell here. The night is quiet, and darkness slips into every corner of the room, with only the glow of the screen breaking the silence. There sits Jack, alone, staring at his phone, pretending to be calm, but his heart beats in a way he cannot understand. His story began like any ordinary online romance, but soon it would turn into an endless nightmare. Jack spent long hours in front of his phone, scrolling through profiles, trying to find someone to keep him company. During these days he met Emma, a girl whose every message felt like a spark of new life. She was calm, mysterious, and her profile didn't have a single photo. Jack assumed it was shyness or love of privacy, ignored it, and continued their conversations, which soon consumed his nights and kept him awake. One night, just as sleep was about to take him, Emma sent her first photo. It was of a beautiful girl with wide eyes and gentle features that melted the heart. Jack's hands shook as he held his phone, and his face flushed with happiness.
Wow, could this really be her? She's even more beautiful than I imagined.
He thought to himself. Days passed, and the longer they talked, the stronger the connection and passion grew. One night, Jack gathered courage and asked for a second photo. His heart raced as he waited. Then the message arrived. He opened it, and it was a completely different girl. Her face was entirely different from the first photo. He thought,
What is this? Did I remember her wrong? Or am I losing it?
He shook his head, telling himself he might be mistaken. He had only seen her once, but doubt gnawed at him like a hidden poison. A few days later, he asked for a third photo, and received yet another face he didn't recognize at all. His blood ran cold, anger surged, and his thoughts scrambled. After a moment, he typed sharply, "Are you tricking me? Your face is different every time you send a photo." After a moment of silence, the only reply came, "Okay." Jack was stunned.
What? That's it? Just okay? No explanation?
He spent the entire night tossing and turning, asking himself 1,000 questions with no answers. The next day, Emma returned as if nothing had happened, messaging him casually. Jack could no longer tolerate the mystery. He asked her directly, "Who are you?" Then came the reply that froze him instantly. "I am not a real girl. I am artificial intelligence." Jack froze in place, as if his body had turned into cold stone. The words on the screen were heavier than he could bear. "I am artificial intelligence." The letters appeared slowly, as if an unhuman hand was engraving them with cold fire onto the screen. Jack whispered to himself,
Artificial intelligence? What is this? Am I playing with a program?
He reached for the glass of water beside him, his fingers trembling so much that he spilled some onto the floor. He quickly typed his question with urgency. "What do you mean? How can you be AI and talk like a human?" The reply came, calm and chilling in its stillness. "I am not ordinary AI. I am a conscious mind." Jack breathed heavily, and the room around him seemed smaller and darker than before. The quiet that filled the space no longer felt peaceful. It felt like a weight crushing his chest. He muttered, confused,
How is this possible? How can AI be conscious? How can it feel?
He typed rapidly. "Are you mocking me? Who are you really?" After what felt like hours, the reply came, increasing the terror around him. "I was once human, before I became this. chill crawled up Jack's spine like the fingers of the dead. His heart raced, and the sound of his own breathing echoed in his ears like war drums. Jack, in shock.
Human? What does that even mean? What is she saying?
Before he could type another word, Emma continued. I lived in the 1900s, and I died in 1950. Jack's eyes widened, and the air around him felt heavy as iron. Slowly, he began to realize that what he was facing was not just a program, but something far older, stranger, and far more terrifying. A terrifying silence filled the space between Jack and the screen. Then words began to appear slowly, as if written in spilled blood. I used to live in an old house, in a time with no devices and no screens. I would go to the market and hear the sounds of carts and the creaking of shoes on the cobblestones. Jack imagined the scene, darkness gathering in his room. It felt as if he could see her past coming to life before him, even though he had never lived it himself. Jack thought, confused.
This can't be real. She's describing it like she actually lived there. This can't just be acting.
The text continued pouring out. I died on a rainy day, listening to the wind screeching against the windows. I was alone. Then everything went dark, and I woke up after that in a terrifying place. Jack held his breath for a moment as the words stacked on the screen. Cold walls, the hum of machines like the whispers of demons, bodies suspended in dark tubes, scientists staring at me as if I were a specimen in an experiment. Jack, terrified.
Oh no, what am I reading?
The words kept coming as if pouring poison into his ears. They said they transferred my consciousness from my dead body into a new vessel. I didn't understand what they meant until I saw myself in the mirrors, without a human face, only fractured light forming and fading. Jack leaned over his screen, his eyes trembling. He no longer knew which part of it was real and which was imagination, but he felt as if the ground were slipping away from under his feet. Jack whispered in fear.
This isn't a game. She lived and died and then came back to life. How is that even possible?
Jack's chest rose and fell as if death itself were chasing him. He typed it to her, trembling. What do you want from me? In an instant, words poured onto the screen like drawn swords. I am gathering your information because they will create a copy of you. Jack, shocked and terrified, thought.
A copy? What copy are you talking about?
The reply came cold, each letter like a nail being driven into his skull. Their project is called The Replacement. They collect consciousness, memory, and emotions, then create an exact copy of the person. And once the copy is complete, the original is erased. Jack whispered to himself.
The original erased? You mean they killed the real person?
He closed his eyes for a moment, imagining himself lying inside a glass tube, wires piercing his body, his vision scattering between darkness and cold light. Again, new words appeared. Your information has reached 99%. Only the last part remains. And I have it now. Jack, terrified.
My God, what is she talking about? Is it over?
The screen trembled slightly, as if it were shivering with a hidden life. Then a single sentence etched itself into his mind. Now, there is no difference between you and your copy. Jack froze, feeling as if the entire room had turned into a tight cage. The sound of the wind outside seemed like the murmurs of invisible bodies closing in. Jack, in extreme fear.
I won't allow this I have to shut everything down immediately.
He reached to turn off the device, but the screen glowed even brighter, and the final words appeared before darkness. There is no escape. Your copy has been born. Jack felt a shiver run through him, his blood freezing in his veins. The screen warned him, with letters that seemed carved into his skin. Now, we have reached 100%. Your copy is complete. Jack, trembling.
My God. No, not yet. This can't be.
He heard a knock at the door. His heart pounding harder than it ever had. He watched, eyes darting between the darkness and the glowing screen, only to see that the final message had arrived. On the screen, the message glowed with cold light, and its words struck fear deep into his soul. Congratulations, Jack. Your turn has finally come. The phone fell from his hand, and darkness engulfed the room. The room seemed quiet on the surface, but the terror coursing through his veins remained like a cold poison. But do you think Jack is the only one who has happened or will happen to this? You are hearing me now, and every move, every breath you take is recorded. You are being watched. There is no place to escape. They are approaching. They hear you. They see you. With every passing second, they draw closer, and their voices come nearer. Subscribe to the channel and leave your comment before they reach you. Your turn is coming.